is Social Work Awareness Month, and the theme this year is Break Barriers, and it's an opportunity to highlight the important contributions that social workers make to their communities on a daily basis, and also raise some awareness about the challenges of the profession. I'm Amanda Fludd, the curator of this audacious project to bring you a social worker a day for the next 30 days. And, recently I was at this event with the NASA Suffolk ASWB, and closing out one of the individuals in the group, mentioned the importance of us celebrating the pioneers in our field now. And this project is doing that. And today we get to talk with licensed clinical social worker, Arron Muller. So hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, how you doing? Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. And we're going to go right into it. So tell me, what does break barriers mean to you?
Oh, so when I saw that was the theme, I just thought how powerful that was, breaking barriers, because that's one thing that we do as social workers, whether it be advocating, whether it be a change agent, whether it be reaching out to politicians to make change and kind of identify some of the policies that are not working for our clients. So we are breaking down those walls, those ceilings, those political red tape to get the help that our clients need.
I love it. Someone has to do it, and a social worker will, right?
Right.
And I love it. And you are involved with a lot, sir, right? So you're a school social worker, an adjunct professor, CEO of Modify Wellness, and involved with a lot of advocacy around Black men and mental health. Can you tell us a little bit about your work and from your perspective, how you break barriers?
Well, one thing is, one, having courageous conversation, one, even being vocal about my own anxiety and being able to talk about it. My friend just sent me a clip of a conversation him and I had on his podcast, and I was very open about my dealings with anxiety when I first introduced to it, being a young student at Adelphi University. That's not like we've seen a lot of celebrities talking about their bouts with mental health and anxiety and depression. I've been doing that, what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody be doing that now, but having that courageous conversation, so modeling that it's okay to talk about it, and then one, creating opportunities to talk about it. So, co-chair of Breaking the Ice, the Black Men's Mental Health Conference that we're having at Adelphi on Saturday, April 15th. I got to plug that.
We'll get a link and make sure people can get to it too. So beautiful.
Yes. Right. So, one thing for me is if I don't see a way, I'm gonna make a way. So that's part of breaking the barriers to creating avenues, creating those opportunities to do this work.
Mm-hmm. And something you raised that I think is super important, because I don't think we get the credit that we should as social workers in the field, right? Like, we have been doing a lot of this work before everyone else, right? And you may just now see it, especially from the media perspective, but understand that we've been building foundations and really showing up for our clients on various levels, individually, on the community level, policy on this bigger macro level, trying to really affect change, right? So we got to show up for our social workers and give them some props too.
I agree. So that's what we're doing. That's how you creating this stage and just speaking out, and because a lot of people have kind of idea of what social workers are, and it, some of it may be positive, some may be negative, or what they see on TV, or what they family passed down to them about what social workers do. So I want to show that we do a lot of things. We just don't take away people's children. And there's a lot of things that we do as social workers. There's so many opportunities. Yeah. And I think it's also so important that we, open people's eyes to the opportunities to become a social worker, because we need more people like us in the field also. So kind of shifting the narrative of what people think social workers are into what it really is.
Oh, yeah. And that leads beautifully into this next question. What is one thing people find surprising about the work as a social worker?
For me, I guess that, there's so many things that you can do, right? That you can, lead an organization, that you can be a professor, that you can have your own private practice, that you could be in a hospital setting, school setting, in policy, that you can be in office, right? So that's one thing I tell my students. I'm teaching a foundation course this year, and I highlight the different things that you can do as a social worker, because they come in also not really knowing the field, right? They know, I want to be a social worker. Someone encouraged them to do it,
Right.
but not really having the idea of all the things that you can do. And during my master's program, I took a course, social work and policy, and part of the curriculum is that we went to Albany on for about the weekend, and we went to the state and was able to sit and see how laws are made and passed, and we met with social workers, and that opened my eyes to really understanding how dope this field is and the different things that you can do. I don't know if I want to go into policy and politics, but knowing that the opportunity is there, that it's a beautiful thing.
Right. And it's exposure too, right? Because I think, like you said, the narrative, we just have this one idea of what we can do, even as people in the profession or new students coming into the field, but it's so wide in all the places that we can show up. And I always find it funny where people often come in because they've had an experience like with a social worker, right? And it was such a positive experience that they want to be here. But even if it was like, I got a glimpse of it because I met a school social worker or a hospital social worker, there's still so much more that we can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So finish this sentence for me. I wish people understood social workers, ...
Oh man, I wish that people understood that social workers are valuable, a part of the, I want to say, medical model in the hospital, should be respected as a part, as doctors are. We may not be performing surgery in a physical form, but we are also very vital to the body and a vital part of the patient's, the client's overall well-being.
I love that. And I hope it sits with people as well as you said it. So thank you for that, Arron. And thank you for your time, and not just your time, really in the many capacities that you advocate for our community, both in helping and teaching, and being vocal and being out there. I think even that is new for our profession. Like, we're really taught to just kind of be quiet.
Just hide and just do your work and kind of go home and be silent and making all these change, and nobody knows about you, and then you go home and have your sandwich and go to bed. I was like, nah, right, because there was kind of just very meek, the social workers very meek and quiet, and they don't have dreads, right? They don't have hair done up nice, right? You don't have color in your hair.
Humble,
Just very humble, right. Right. So now, there's social workers with pink hair, and we're making effective change. I'm wearing my Jordans, I'm wearing my Dunks, and I'm out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Shifting that was very intentional. And I know, but that was very intentional in terms of how I wanted to present myself in terms of as a social worker, that we have to look a certain way to do this work.
Yes. And listen, this could be a whole nother conversation, because there's a lot behind that in terms of like just the color of our skin and our culture and what's acceptable and what's not. Like, there was one image of how we needed to show up, right? And we are in a position of saying we can be just as brilliant and just as smart and affect change and still be ourselves. And we shouldn't have to lose that in this field or in anything else that we do.
Absolutely. So thank you for this platform.
Yes. So we absolutely salute you and the advancement of our profession, and hopefully for all of you listening, you'll share, you will support. Sometimes it's as simple as the share that supports, right? I will make sure to get the link to his event so you guys can take a look at that as well, and really just take this month to look at who's around you and figure out who the social workers are, because they are agents of change. You don't always know that they're even there and doing it. Sometimes you're even surprised that the person is a social worker, right? I just learned that about you. I was like, oh, he's a social worker. Yes. So we may not even talk about it enough, but we're out there and we're doing excellent work. So thank you again, Arron. My name is Amanda Fludd, and I'm also a proud social worker. Thank all of you guys for listening.
Thank you.